Every morning when you rise, the very first battle you face is not against the world outside. It is against the world inside your own head. Your thoughts, if left unchecked, are like wild horses. They can run in every direction, carrying you toward fear, doubt, and defeat. But if you take hold of the reins, if you master the discipline of directing your mind, those same thoughts can carry you with unstoppable power toward wealth, peace, and greatness. Say it to yourself the moment you open your eyes. I am the master of my thoughts. Nothing outside me will govern what lives inside me. Understand this: the greatest victories in history, the greatest inventions, the greatest fortunes, all began as thoughts. And likewise, the greatest failures, the greatest tragedies, the greatest losses also began as thoughts. The mind is the root. The harvest of your life is determined by the seeds you plant there every single morning. If you wake up and immediately surrender your mind to worry about money, about people, about problems, you have already lost before the day begins. Worry is nothing but negative imagination, a misuse of your creative power. But if instead you begin by commanding your thoughts, by speaking faith, courage, and determination, you have already set your course toward victory. Remember this truth: you cannot hold both fear and faith in your mind at the same time. One will dominate, one will push the other out. That is why it is your sacred duty every morning to choose which one will reign. You may say, "But I cannot control what I think. Thoughts just appear." And yes, they do. But you are not powerless. You cannot stop the birds from flying over your head, but you can stop them from building a nest in your hair. In the same way, you cannot prevent a fearful thought from passing through your mind, but you can refuse to dwell on it. You can replace it. You can speak against it. You can declare, "This thought does not serve me. I choose a better one." The world will always give you reasons to doubt, to shrink back, to settle for less. But the world does not decide your destiny. Your mind does. What you allow inside will eventually show up outside. If your thoughts are weak, your actions will be weak, and your results will be weak. But if your thoughts are strong, persistent, and filled with faith, then your actions will burn with energy, and your results will echo greatness. This is why champions, leaders, and achievers practice daily mental discipline. They do not let the morning slip away in confusion. They take command. They decide what they will believe. They program their minds with affirmations, with vision, with determination, before the chaos of the world has a chance to invade. So I say to you, your mind is your kingdom. Guard its gates. Do not allow every negative idea, every fearful whisper, every seed of doubt to enter freely. Post a guard at the entrance. And let that guard be your conscious decision every morning to think only thoughts that build, never thoughts that destroy. Begin each day by declaring, "I will think thoughts of power, not weakness. I will imagine success, not failure. I will focus on what I can create, not what I fear." And as you repeat these truths, you will notice something remarkable. Your day will follow the course of your thoughts. Your conversations will shift. Your energy will rise. Opportunities that once seemed hidden will appear. Why? Because your mind, now under your control, will act like a magnet for everything that matches your dominant belief. Control your mind, and you control your world. That is the first law of success, and it begins every morning the moment you decide who will sit on the throne of your thoughts of fear or faith, weakness or strength, defeat or victory. Choose wisely, for your life will always follow the direction of your mind. Every person who has ever accomplished greatness has carried with them an unseen ally: faith. You cannot weigh it on a scale, you cannot lock it in a box, and you cannot purchase it with gold. Yet it is more valuable than all treasures combined, for faith is the unseen power that lifts you when circumstances would otherwise crush you. Each morning, before you step into the noise of the world, you must remind yourself, "I believe in myself. I believe in my purpose. I believe in the unseen forces moving in my favor." A faith is not a wish. A wish is weak. It trembles in the face of obstacles. Faith is a command to the universe, an unshakable conviction that what you seek already belongs to you. When a person believes deeply, their words carry authority, their actions carry fire, and their presence commands respect. People are drawn to those who radiate belief, because belief is contagious. It awakens the sleeping giants in others. But understand this: faith is a choice. It is not something you wait to feel. It is something you decide to hold. If you wait until circumstances are perfect to believe, you will never believe. Faith is declaring light while standing in darkness. Faith is speaking victory while the battlefield still rages. Faith is saying, "It shall be done," even when the evidence screams otherwise. Think of it this way: every morning, you are either feeding faith or feeding fear, and whichever one you feed grows stronger. Fear whispers, "You are not enough. You will fail." Why even try? But faith shouts, "You are capable. You will overcome. The best is yet to come." Which voice will you allow to dominate your mind? That decision shapes your destiny. The most powerful leaders of history were not the wealthiest at first, nor the strongest, nor the most educated. What set them apart was their burning faith in themselves, in their mission, in the unseen hand guiding their steps. With faith, they endured ridicule, setbacks, and betrayals, yet they pressed on, and in the end, the world moved in the direction of their belief. Every morning, speak faith into your heart before doubt has a chance to poison your spirit. Say, "I trust the process. I trust the journey. I trust that every challenge is shaping me for greatness." Even if the day brings problems, your faith will transform those problems into stepping stones. You see, faith does not remove obstacles. It transforms how you face them. With faith, you meet resistance with courage instead of fear. With faith, you see delays not as denials, but as preparation. With faith, failure is not the end, but simply feedback pointing you to a better path. Without faith, the smallest challenge breaks you. With faith, even the greatest mountain bows before you. Here is the secret: people of faith attract opportunities that people of doubt never see. Why? Because faith sharpens your vision. When you believe something is possible, your mind scans the world until it finds the path. When you doubt, you blind yourself to the very doors that are already open. Therefore, remind yourself every morning, "I believe in myself and in my ability to succeed. I believe that unseen forces are working for my good. I believe that every challenge carries the seed of an opportunity." Carry these truths in your heart as armor, for the storms will come and voices of doubt will rise against you. But with faith as your invisible partner, you will not only survive, you will conquer. So begin each day not by asking, "What if I fail?" but by declaring, "What if I succeed?" Speak it, feel it, act upon it. And watch as the unseen hand of faith carries you beyond limits into the life you are destined to live. Every morning, the universe places a question before you of, will you act today or will you delay? Your answer determines the distance between the life you dream of and the life you live. For dreams without action are nothing more than fantasies, beautiful pictures in the mind, but powerless to shape reality. Action alone is the bridge that carries you from thought to achievement. Think of this truth: the wealthiest soil in the world is not the farmland, nor the valleys, nor the mountains. It is the graveyard, for there lie buried countless dreams that were never acted upon. Ideas that could have changed nations. Inventions that could have healed the world. Visions that could have inspired millions. All went to the grave with their owners, because those owners waited instead of acted. Each morning, you must tell yourself, "I will act on my plans today. I will not wait for perfect conditions, for they will never come." The person who waits for the perfect moment is like the farmer who waits for a cloudless sky before planting. While he delays, the season passes and the harvest is lost. Action does not require perfection. It requires movement. A small step taken today is greater than a grand plan left undone. A single phone call, a single page written, a single decision acted upon. These are the sparks that ignite the fire of success. The habit of daily action is what transforms impossible dreams into inevitable realities. Many people say, "One day I will begin. One day I will chase my goals," but it's not on any calendar. The only day you are promised is today. To delay action is to delay destiny. To move today, even if clumsily, is to show the world that you are serious about your future. You may fear failure. But understand this: failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. Every failure contains lessons that refine you, strengthen you, and point you toward better strategies. The only true failure is inaction, for the person who never acts has already lost before the battle begins. Action has a mysterious power. When you act, even without complete clarity, doors open that you could not see before. Opportunities appear, connections are made, and momentum builds. The universe favors the bold. It rewards the doer, not the dreamer. Therefore, every morning, command yourself, I will do something today that moves me closer to my vision. I will not end this day without progress, however small. I will build momentum by taking action consistently, and when resistance whispers in your ear, when comfort tempts you to wait, answer firm light, I choose action, for action is life. Think of a river. A river cuts through mountains not because it is powerful at once, but because it moves continuously. In the same way, your daily actions, though small, will carve out pathways through the hardest obstacles. Over time, what once seemed impossible will become inevitable. Action also builds confidence. Each time you act, you prove to yourself that you are capable, and your self-belief grows stronger. A confidence is not built in thought, it is built in motion. A person who takes bold steps daily becomes unstoppable, because they no longer wait for motivation, they create it through action. So rise each morning with this command engraved on your heart: today I will move. Today I will act. Today I will advance. Let this be your daily discipline. For action is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between what is imagined and what is lived, between your dreams and your destiny. Cross that bridge every day, and soon you will stand on the solid ground of success. Each morning when you open your eyes, you are handed the greatest gift, the gift of another day. Yet too often, people begin that day with complaint instead of appreciation. They grumble about what they lack, about what went wrong yesterday, about the challenges ahead, and in doing so, they close the very door through which blessings could enter. Gratitude is not a soft virtue. It is a powerful force, a magnet that attracts abundance and multiplies what you already have. To begin your day with gratitude is to align yourself with prosperity, peace, and progress. To begin without it is to walk in scarcity, no matter how much you possess. Tell yourself each morning, I am thankful for what I have, and I am thankful for what is yet to come. Why is gratitude so powerful? Because the mind can only hold one dominant state at a time. When you are grateful, you cannot simultaneously be bitter. When you are grateful, you cannot simultaneously dwell in fear. Gratitude crowds out negativity. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, from obstacles to opportunities. And where focus goes, energy flows. The ungrateful person may have riches yet feel poor. The grateful person may have little yet feel rich. And in time, the grateful one attracts more wealth, more joy, and more peace, while the ungrateful one sees their blessings wither away. Life itself multiplies in the soil of gratitude. Think of the farmer. He does not curse the seed for being small. He thanks the earth for holding it, thanks the rain for watering it, thanks the sun for warming it. Because of his gratitude, he tends the seed with care, and in time the small seed becomes a great harvest. In the same way, when you thank life for the little you have now, you water it with faith, and it grows into abundance. Gratitude also transforms how you face challenges. Instead of saying, why me? Say, thank you for the lesson hidden in this test. Instead of cursing the obstacle, say, this is shaping me into someone stronger. With this mindset, nothing is wasted. Even pain becomes a teacher, even failure becomes a step toward greatness. Every morning, list in your mind, or even on paper, 3 things you are grateful for. They need not be grand. The fact that you are alive, that you can breathe, that you can think and act, these are treasures beyond measure. Then extend your gratitude forward by declaring, I am thankful in advance for the victories that are on their way. This is faith in action, and it prepares your heart to receive. Do not mistake gratitude for complacency. To be grateful does not mean to stop striving. It means to strive with joy instead of desperation. It means to move toward your vision with the energy of abundance, rather than the heaviness of lack. Gratitude does not weaken ambition. It fuels it. For when you are thankful for the small, you prove yourself ready for the greater. Each morning, speak these truths. If I am grateful for the breath of life within me, I am grateful for the opportunities waiting for me today. I am grateful that every challenge carries within it the seed of benefit. Walk into your day with this spirit, and you will radiate a power that others can feel. People are drawn to those who carry gratitude because gratitude carries peace. Doors open to the thankful heart that remain closed to the bitter one. So let this be your morning habit, not complaint, but thanks, not bitterness, but appreciation. Gratitude is the language of abundance. Speak it each day, and watch as life answers back with blessings multiplied. There is a truth you must accept if you wish to succeed. Life will not hand you victory without a test. The path to greatness is lined with obstacles, delays, and disappointments. Most people turn back when the road grows steep. They quit after the first rejection, the first failure, the first storm. But those who wear the armor of persistence cannot be broken. Persistence is the shield of champions, the weapon that separates the dreamers from the doers. Every morning, remind yourself, I will persist until I win. No setback will define me. No defeat will end me. The difference between success and failure is rarely talent, rarely opportunity, rarely intelligence. The true difference is persistence. The successful person falls 7 times and rises 8. The unsuccessful person falls once and stays down. The world respects only those who refuse to surrender, who press forward when others retreat. Persistence is not blind stubbornness. It is intelligent endurance. It is the refusal to abandon your vision, even if the strategy must change. The mountain may block your path, but persistence finds a way around, a way through, or a way over. Where others see a dead end, the persistent heart sees only a detour. Every great achievement in history is a story of persistence. The inventor who failed 1,000 times before discovering the solution. The leader who was doubted, mocked, and resisted before his vision reshaped nations. The builder who faced bankruptcy, ridicule, and storms yet kept rebuilding until his dream stood tall. What kept them alive in the furnace of difficulty? Persistence. But persistence is not born in comfort. It is forged in struggle. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to train this quality. When you feel the urge to quit, remind yourself, this is the moment that builds my strength. This is the test that proves my worth. You see, persistence is more than a habit. It is a mindset. It is waking up each morning with the decision that no matter how hard the day may become, you will not break. It is saying, I will not stop until the work is done, until the goal is reached, until the dream is alive. The world does not resist the average, it resists the extraordinary. That resistance is proof that you are on the right path. Obstacles are not signs to quit. They are signs that your vision has power. The universe tests those who dare to aim high to see if their will is strong enough to endure. So each morning, speak persistence into your heart. I will rise again, no matter how many times I fall. I will keep pressing forward when others give up. I will not stop until my destiny is fulfilled. Persistence also builds respect from yourself and from others. When you endure through trials, you develop unshakable confidence. You look in the mirror and know, I cannot be defeated because I do not quit, and others see it too. They trust, follow, and admire those who are relentless. Remember, this law of success often hides behind the last barrier, the final trial. Many turn back at the edge of victory because the night seems too dark. But those who endure, who push one more step when all seems lost, those are the ones who see the sunrise of success. So rise each day armed with persistence. Wear it as your shield, wield it as your weapon. Let no obstacle make you retreat. Let no delay make you surrender. For persistence is not only the price of greatness, it is the proof of it. Declare it every morning. I will persist until I win. Hold this truth. Live this truth, and one day the world will call you unstoppable. My friend, success does not arrive by accident. It is not gifted to the fortunate, nor reserved for the chosen few. It is created deliberately, daily, by those who discipline their minds, strengthen their faith, take bold action, live with gratitude, and refuse to surrender. Each morning, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to weakness, doubt, and wasted potential. The other leads to power, peace, and prosperity. The difference between those two paths lies in the words you speak to yourself when the sun first rises. Say to yourself, I control my thoughts. Therefore, I control my life. I believe in myself and in the destiny awaiting me. I will act today, not tomorrow. I am grateful for what I have and for what is coming. I will persist until victory is mine. If you make these truths your daily habit, you will walk through life with a fire that cannot be extinguished, a strength that cannot be broken, and a faith that cannot be shaken. So rise tomorrow and every day after, not as a wanderer, but as a conqueror. Command your mind, speak your faith, act on your vision, give thanks, and persist. Do this, and nothing in this world can stop you from living the life you were created to live. The morning is not just the start of your day, it is the birthplace of your destiny. Guard it, shape it, speak it into power, and success will be yours.